SeaTac Airport, and I'm in the Club at Seattle Lounge. Here it actually used to be a former, I believe the former Delta Lounge, but now they've converted this to LP Seattle, which is a part of Priority Pass, but this is also where they serve the Star Alliance Gold customers. So whether that be with ANA or with actually a lot of other airlines, including some of the One Worlds. But I've had a little bit of a snafu so far. I mean, but they checked my bags, even though I knew they were overweight. But to say the very least, yeah. So you see, standby, like, okay. So apparently they have sold out of premium economy seats. So I'm supposed to get a new seat number sometime in the next 20 minutes. So I'm gonna find out what this whole deal is about. At this point, I'm just like, let me just get there. I don't care if you give me a regular economy seat, but if they bump me to first class, then, well, okay, well, I'll take that. So, but for right now, I'm just gonna go and finish my lunch here at the lounge, and then head over to the gate to see what this whole deal is about. So, but all right, here we go. Well, they called my name to see if I actually get a seat. At this point, I really could care less with what seat I get. And here I'm at the gate. And we'll see what the gate agent says to me. Hopefully it's a surprise, but I'm not expecting much. So. All right, yes.
Upgraded due to business class, you need one class.
Well, I will take a business class seat. Thank you. Well, there we go. I have a business class seat, which I'll gladly take after a little bit of a, well, mishap. So, yeah, there you go. Well, seat 11A, I think that's what it says on here. And yeah, I can breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief knowing that, yes, I'm at least going to Frankfurt, but if I'm going there, I guess I'm going in style. So why not? So now we just got to wait for the plane to start boarding, and then we'll be on our way to Frankfurt shortly, and got a long way to go from there when it comes to reapplying all the things along, and I got to charge my watch and everything else. So we're gonna see what Lufthansa business class has to offer me. So yeah, it's one way to kick off the journey to Ironman Frankfurt, and I'll catch you aboard. All right, it's time for boarding here to go into Frankfurt, and well, we'll see what the boarding experience is like. First time really on a Lufthansa plane in more than 10 years. Last time I flew was back in 2007.
Thank you.
All right, and actually maybe even beyond that. So it was, the last time I went through Frankfurt was for a transit to Thai Airways, and I was going to Bangkok because my dad was working there. But this time we're actually going to set foot in Europe. So looking forward to getting aboard this plane as we finally make our way. Got my full load of gear here, and looking forward to this. So let's get on here. Give me a little bit of time. There we go. See what goes on. Okay, thank you. All right, so seat 11 Alpha, which is a window seat, I believe. We're going to be flying on an Airbus A330-200, I believe. I don't think the 300 series flies here. It used to be a Boeing 747-4-8 plane that flew daily, but I think this now only flies 3 times a week. And yeah, let's get on through the boarding process here. Sorry for the camera handling, but yeah, so I got a lot of stuff that I gotta settle down here. Flight time today is about 9 hours and 30 minutes, so gladly take the lie down seat. Could use all the rest I can get. I swam this morning, got to the parking lot a little bit later than I wanted to, and yeah, so now we're almost there at the plane here. So we're gonna make our way to the plane. This is a long jet bridge here. I got a lot of stuff, which is not unheard of. Excuse me, gotta grab my long sleeve. And the flight today will take us over through the northern parts of Canada, I believe, and then kind of our way to Iceland, and then on the flight down to Frankfurt. So here we go. Starting to get aboard to this Airbus A330, and let's get on board here. Quite the crowd here. Get myself settled in. On our way. Good afternoon. Seat 11A.
11A?
Okay. 11A. So 11A. So we got on the side seat here. I'm gonna squeeze by you. I'm on the window side. Okay. Well, let me go and get settled in, and I'll film right back. All right, got settled into my seat here. It is a very full flight today, as I kind of pretty much expected. Well, I kind of knew it was going to be sold out when I realized that the premium economy seat was, well, sold out. So, well, here's a business class seat. This is the older product on an A330-200 that I'm aware about. But here we got the window, and this is a touch screen. This is definitely older. Got ourselves a seat pocket in here. Expands a little bit. It's a very, very small place to go and lie the feet down. There's a little bit of foot space underneath here. Kind of hard to see, but then we got the seat controls, which this does go, I believe, lie down flat. Then we've also got bedding here, which again is on that. I don't know if they're going to give out an amenity kit, but we'll see how that goes in a little bit. See out the window, we got Virgin Atlantic, also another A330. Again, this is older business class product, so again, I'm not really expecting too much, really, as my goal for today is essentially just to lie down flat and sleep, and see that we end up at around like 9:30 in the morning local time there in Frankfurt. So with that, I'm gonna get settled a little more and talk back in a bit. Alright, I'll take a review of the amenity kit here. Lufthansa has replaced their bigger bags with something that's more sustainable. So what's around like this, it's very curious as to what's around it. So give me just a second so I can wrap this. Okay, let's see where we're going here. So I've got a reusable tote, which will actually be kind of handy. I think that's what this is, but I'm not gonna delicately try to open this. Spilling too much content. There we go. Toothbrush, toothpaste. Got a pair of socks. These are headphones. I don't know exactly what these are for. We got power mints. Whatever this is. Then we've got L'Occitane. We've got, I think, some hand cream, and then I don't know what this cream is, but there you go. It's a very simple amenity kit. I know they're providing the meals here shortly, so let me go and clean this up. A fairly simple kit, nothing complicated here. I wish they would have had an extra face mask, although I did bring one with me. So we'll get that underway. And because I am kind of an A-head when it comes to this stuff, there we go. Going on. So that's your amenity kit. And, it'll be good, and the dinner menu is coming here shortly, so talk to you in just a few minutes. Alright, we got our first appetizer course for dinner here. It's a salmon, I forget the name of it. It is a salmon tartare with Castro's tomato and dill dressing. It looks like we've also got a little bit of a seaweed salad here. Cuts a roll in a massive stick of butter. I love my butter actually, so I don't mind that. So we'll see how this goes in taste. Give me a second here while I get situated. They've had a couple of software errors, so the flight actually is showing the reverse of Frankfurt to Seattle. It's the Seattle to Frankfurt, so you know. Alright, so let's chow down, shall we? And see how the salmon goes and tastes like. I better practice my continental style sooner or later. So not bad. The tomatoes are very nice. Alright. Not too shabby. So, yeah, it's actually pretty good. Well, I'll really take pretty much any food on any flight, provided it's free, of course. But yeah, this isn't too bad at all. I do like the sauce. Oh yeah, the smoked salmon is really good here. So, next up we've got, of course, it's hard to go wrong with the pretzel roll. It really is hard to go wrong with the pretzel roll, but I'm really bad at tearing apart these things, so just take a little one time. It's definitely moist. Definitely not dry. That's definitely a good thing. So we have that going for it. And of course, a slab of burr, fat for the day. Oh yeah. least. Alright, we're gonna try the beef fillet. Let's see how this goes with the GoPro. And cut this up. A little bit more on the medium well side, a little bit tougher, but passable. Not the most elegant of steaks, but hey, it'll do. Not gonna complain. I mean, in my opinion, it's really hard to make a good steak on a flight, simply because, I mean, it gets really dry up in the air, so I'm not expecting a fully, like, medium rare steak. Probably because of health reasons too, but not too bad, I think. It's definitely more than passable, although the vegetables are a little bit overcooked, in my opinion. But the flavor is still there. Gravy's good, but again, you can probably see the vegetables are a little bit overcooked. But then again, I'm a bit picky when it comes to this stuff, so I'll just enjoy the rest of this and then film when we get the dessert. Alright, now it's time for the cake. I forgot what this is. Is this like cheesecake? Yeah, this is a berry crumble cake with raspberry on the side. Proof in the menu. Alright, let's go and have this. Take a bite. A little stiff on the side here. Alright, here we go. It's a lot nicer in terms of taste than I thought, actually. I actually like this. I'm not a stickler for using one of desserts, but when you're on a business class flight, you gotta take what you gotta get.
Thank you. Be careful, it's hot. Okay, finish.
Yeah. This is definitely a type of cheesecake with a little bit of raspberry on the side. But yeah, not too shabby. Okay, so trying out this lie flat, and it's not exactly the most room, I would say, for a lie flat bed. I'm 5'11", and I'm kind of cramped, kind of up in the feet there, and definitely not a lot of space, I have to say. This I know is of course an older business class product, but yeah, there's not a lot of room in here. Flip this around to me. As you can see, not really too much room, but it's better than completely being like at an angle like 45 degrees, so well, I guess I'll take that for a win. And I do feel my back is kind of going in and out. I don't know, I've got to figure this out, so I think it's a massage function. But I'm gonna go and take a little bit of a nap here before I head out, and gonna go and head on the way over and sleep for a couple of hours, and then it'll be breakfast time, and we'll go for... Good morning, folks. It's breakfast time here, and it's probably, I think locally, my clock says around close to midnight, but I think it's probably close to around 7:30 in the morning. We look up outside the window. We are over Europe right now. I believe we are just passing through, can't exactly tell. I think that's the Baltic Sea right there. I think we're crossing definitely into the Europe side of the house, but we may be getting closer to France, I believe. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I think we're closer of a portion of France, maybe a southern part of England. But here's our breakfast: avocado omelet. We'll see what goes on here. 2 servings of bread, which is always delightful. I actually really like the butter on this flight, but let's get on to it and we'll start our busy journey here. Sit this down for a minute. Open up the combo read. So I can quickly take my picture as well. Any coffee? Thank you. I'll take the orange juice as well, thank you. Well, I guess the breakfast just keeps getting bigger and bigger as I go and grab more items to the list. So there we go, full picture breakfast, including orange juice and a regular coffee. I'm going to use coffee for the entirety of the day. And let's go and try this out, shall we? So let's try some potatoes and a little bit of omelet first. So the hashed potatoes are a touch on the dry side, but satisfactory. They're pretty satisfactory. Just got just enough salt on them to really make it through here. So they're really just put in the avocado, just right in. So basically scrambled egg and then mashed in the avocado kind of in between. That's actually not bad either. Honestly, that's actually a very interesting combination. And of course, bacon. It's kind of hard to go wrong with the bacon, but I think the intention is supposed to be to have bacon and kind of go with the omelet. That's how you're supposed to do it. There we go. Now we've got a little bit of spinach on the side. This is probably the same amount as how I normally cook it back in the US. The spinach actually is pretty good. So there you go. That's our meal. So once able that, and already showed you how dangerous a combination of bread and the butter is here. So I'm going to get along to eating rest of this meal and enjoy the rest of the flight, which we've got a little under an hour and 20 minutes by this time, and we'll see you when we land. show that you don't come and see a reflection of the aircraft like you do here at this terminal. We're still taxiing on the way over to the gate, but we have landed in Frankfurt. And we'll hopefully be at the gate in a few minutes. But just wanted to show the interesting fact that you could see the reflection of the plane. And we're probably going to be going to some of these gates here. That's a 747-8 that normally would be flying to Seattle, but of course the pandemic has kind of reduced demand a little bit, but we've got a United plane as well there, so we're part of the international terminal and we're approaching our gate shortly. See you in a bit. I'd arrived in Frankfurt Airport, and this is definitely a lot different than what I have seen from back in the day. Now, I may need to go and exchange a little bit of currency, but this is the way over to the gates, or at least back over to the check-in area, and yeah, it's quite the... here it's a little bit different than what I've experienced before, but I'm gonna make my way over to the baggage claim area here at Frankfurt. But yeah, it's currently 9:45 in the morning, I think, right now, and well, I'm feeling pretty good. Well, I think the caffeine has really kicked in, and yeah, you see it's kind of a mix between those that mask and those not. But I'm going to baggage claim here, and got quite a different scene here. It's actually a very nice airport. Look at it a little bit further, and going to make our way to baggage claim and get my bags, get my police, which is, or not, my bike, not police, get my bike, which is the most critical thing, and then we will make our way through to the hotel in a few minutes from there, and then that's all. So we're gonna go from there. Talk to you in a bit.